back to the Spike Podcast, AFC North Podcast. As always, my name is Lex, representing the Green Bay Packers. We got Mr. Corey Thompson representing the Detroit Lions. We got Mr. Lavon Lane up there representing the Cubs, so he's a shitty Bears fan. We got the illustrious Olympia Smith on the show this weekend. She made a special appearance. And then, as always, we got that shitty Cowboys fan down low, Mr. Devontae Crowder, guys. So, we haven't had you on the show for a while, Olympia. What is your feelings about the draft? How are you feeling about the Commanders? You guys had a great last season with the rookie QB. What's new? What are you thinking?
Well, first, I am super proud of the Washington Redskins, a.k.a. Commanders. I still hold, dear to the Redskins because I feel like, of course, without the Redskins, you really don't know who they are. But if I may, if I could go back really quick, you talked about Jayden Daniels. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he's the Offensive Rookie of the Year. He got the Pepsi Award and one other award. I believe it's the PFW. Yeah, the PFWA. He recently received those awards. In addition, he led the team to the NFC Championship, which was the first runoff, if I'm not mistaken, since 2005. Some of the off-season things that have happened, I believe it's Laramie Tunzel, the left tackle, Deebo Samuels, wide receiver. They're huge boosts for protection and playmaking. The new stadium deal in D.C., games development, and, of course, in the politics. Again, some of the things that Jayden Daniels has done has been, amazing. Some of the new additions, as you spoke of course, Laramie Tunzel, Deebo Samuel, alongside, I believe it will be Terry McLaurin, Michael Gallup, Nathan Herbig, all these different things. Just let me know if I'm missing a name. It's just a lot of things I'm trying to cram into this little moment that I have. But again, one of the
things... You got all the time in the world. Don't play. I do not play.
I do. But I really want to hone in on the stadium that's forthcoming, and I believe 2026, but to debut its first opening in 2030. Just to let you guys know real quick, I did my little research. It's about $4 billion private-public plan, 65,000 seat domed multi-event venue. This is an amazing thing for DC, but also for the longtime team, Redskins/Commanders, and a lot of different things that are going to be happening. Again, this is a groundbreaking addition set to target this first opening in 2030. So again, the stadium, I don't know if you guys saw the pictures on my Facebook, but the stadium is going to be amazing. I will put it in the chat, of course. And I'm so excited because, and also if I could add a few highlights.
Go.
Of course, some of the things that the Commanders have done that I don't think people really realize that they did or they didn't think that they could do, and that's beating the Detroit Lions. I just, Corey, I love you, but I got to stick it in there. Looking at how the Detroit Lions, and actually mentioning that I was actually afraid of the Lions, and watching how we defeated the Lions was actually, one of the most profound memories that I had of 2024. Also, the Hail Mary that happened during the Chicago Bears game, shout out to Lavon, just letting you know, I didn't forget about it, my brother. And, we're still here, and I'm just so glad for that. Also, and one of the great things is that we beat the Eagles, but then they came around and defeated us. Mm-hmm. I believe it was 23-55, and where the Eagles would escalate. It was bad. It was really bad. However, I think us getting to that point with Jayden Daniels, I believe that let us know that we could do anything.
Well, see, so I remember when you had it in the show the last episode, the one team in the NFC you spoke and said you were afraid of was the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, with all due respect, you guys came in with the rookie quarterback, Dan Quinn, put a hell of a coaching campaign together behind the Washington Commanders. It was a beautiful season for you guys. I knew you guys were going to be a threat moving forward. But out of all the signings you guys have had in the offseason, all these new receivers, all these new defensive players, What do you think is going to be the game changer moving into this 2025 season?
Debo.
You really think
Debo?
Debo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. Okay. So now he's had some injury history, but I do think the reinforced everything with Tunzel. I think all of that together will give an explosive wide receiver core. Just to be honest, just having all of those individuals on the team alone is going to make the Commanders stand out. I think now with the draft and everyone in the offseason that has come over to the Commanders, it's impossible for us not to make it to the playoffs again. And possibly,
she says impossible. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's impossible for us not to. You got to think about it, what we did without those individuals. So imagine, when we have, all those individuals that are going to be on the team, they're going to be like, you know what? I got to support Jaden Daniels. Like, across the board, he's got a solid foundation, number one. Number two, no one can really get in his head. He's a rookie quarterback, and he played like he wasn't a rookie. So you have to understand that even
his mom, that's the only person who can get in his head. Just saying.
And you know what? I ain't mad at that.
Of course you're not. Bye-bye.
I'm not mad at it.
Go ahead.
But if he played like that with his mom, obviously telling him, hey, keep your focus, then, what's to come? You just never know. And his mom might be trying to get him to a place where she can let go. That's just something I'm thinking there. I also think he's his own man. He's got intestinal fortitude. He's got a lot of guts and grim and grind. I think that he is ready, for this season. And I think with the backing that he's got right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, unstoppable. That's all I got. Unstoppable.
You heard it here first. Olympia's words going into the 2025-2026 season are the Commanders are unstoppable with Jay Daniels. Interesting. Mr. Vontae Crowder, what you got to say? Go ahead.
She said it's impossible for them not to make the playoffs.
What you got to say, sir?
Nothing's impossible. I ain't heard nothing to say. I'm just saying nothing's impossible.
Mm-hmm. Well, she took shots straight at Mr. Corey
Thompson.
Last
year is not this year.
Well, this year's gonna be worse than last year. But anyways,
yeah, it's gonna be a lot harder for him.
Yeah, your coach Schittenmeyer. So, Mr. Corey Thompson, Miss Olympia Smith came for you right there. She said that her best victory is beating the Detroit Lions. Man, how do you feel about that? What's your response, brother?
Oh, that's good. That's good. I mean, you beat the number one team in the NFC, so of course you should feel good about that.
What?
It's no problem about that. We like I said, we played bad that game. Throwing 5 interceptions in a playoff game, it's gonna be hard to win. So they did their job. So I give them full credit.
Do you think that there's anything that the Washington Commanders have going for them with their offseason pickups that are going to make them a still reputable contender against the Detroit Lions next season, Mr. Thompson? Or do you think that you guys are just going to sweep them up and you guys are going to figure it all out? Because, I mean, you guys lost a lot of coaches, your OC, your DC, you know what I mean? You guys are completely in an unparalleled position because you guys have suffered record number losses. Do you think that Dan Campbell is truly the GOAT? What's your outlook on the new coaching staff coming in and filling the shoes of the previous people who held the positions?
Oh yeah, I think Dan Campbell. Like I said, he's a great coach. The best coach Detroit had. But I think he can get the coaching staff and the players to go for him, to fight for him, play for him. So I really think we're gonna get tested. Because we got the third strongest schedule for the NFL. Third or fourth is one of them. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be but we lost the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. As far as the defense,
that's gonna be your excuse when y'all lose.
Oh my God, Cowboys fans talking about excuses is hilarious, but we're not gonna go there.
I don't make excuses.
Your last 30 years is excuses, brother.
I don't make excuses.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well,
what excuses do I make? My team trash. I tell you it is. I ain't got no excuse. I ain't a player, nigga.
See, as a Cowboys fan, you flip flop from trash to we the best ever, 3.5 seconds. It's kind of unparalleled, dude. Because dude, if we're gonna be real here,
we can be both.
You guys have the worst
GM owner in the entire
NFL, bro. What are we talking about, bro?
We still America's team. We still got more money
You're
than
not
everybody.
America's team anymore, bro. Like, just accept
As
it.
much as you,
All
as
right.
much as you
I
motherfuckers
can
like
agree
to
with
say,
you on that.
like to hate on us, you can't keep our fucking
Hate.
name out your mouth.
Yeah, because you fucking suck and you guys think you're great every year, bro. It's like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. It's always the Cowboys this, the Cowboys that. Oh, we're 12-5 the regular season. Oh, wow, playoff game, Green Bay rookies whooped out ass. All right. So, like, as far as I'm concerned, especially.
And what do y'all have to show for all this shit you talking? Not a damn thing. A
We
losing
won a
season
Super
just
Bowl
like I
way more
do.
recently than you guys
If you
have.
okay, you gonna just hang on
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers' nutsack? You gonna hang on Aaron Rodgers'
Question.
nutsack?
I got a question.
Because that's the only thing you got to hang
What
off
makes you
of.
America's
What'd you say, Olympia?
team?
Sorry, what'd you say? Say it again.
What makes you America's team?
Ask the people who gave us the
What
name.
makes you America's team?
Ask the country who gave us the name. Okay, and they still
Right.
calling us
No,
that. So
what I'm saying,
Wi-Fi, bro.
but what
Like,
I'm
what are we
saying
talking
to you
about?
is,
they
what makes you
calling
think?
us that. Is any of y'all Team America's team? Not a single one. Not a single
legit.
one.
Vontae pulls out a beat.
None of
Okay,
y'all make more money than us.
What?
Don't
Yeah.
nobody want to play for the Cowboys like they want to play for us.
You know what's
Don't nobody want to
hilarious?
play for you niggas like they want to play
Let's
for
be
us.
real. Vontae, come on, let's be real here.
Come on,
You
now.
cannot use your
Come
team's
on, now.
you cannot use your team's financial
Come on,
prospects
now.
as validation for you
acting
guys
like,
sucking. You can't. You
but you
cannot,
act,
bro.
I just said, if my team is trash, I'ma tell y'all.
Your team
So
is
what does that
trash.
have to do with anything?
Your team is
And we
trash.
still in the news more than all of you
I feel
motherfuckers.
Olympia.
Whether it's good press or bad press, we in the news more than all you motherfuckers. Y'all can't stop talking about us. Why are y'all always talking about us?
Really?
There's so much happening in the
Nobody
league.
talks
It's
about
so
the
much.
Dallas Cowboys. Nobody
All
talks
y'all
about
do is
them.
talk
Get
about
him,
the
Olympia.
Cowboys.
Get him, Olympia. Let's
Exaggerating.
go.
You know why?
Olympia,
You know
you
why
ain't
you're
even
in the
been
news?
here.
Because you
You
suck.
ain't even been here.
Hold on.
You ain't even been here.
Hold on,
And there's
Vontae.
videos on top of videos where all y'all do is talk shit about the Cowboys. I be sitting here smoking my weed, minding my business, and you niggas always want to fucking start with me.
Vontae, relax. First
But
off,
you guys
relax.
suck.
You guys suck. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
you want to, you stay in your place.
Go ahead, Olympia. Say your
You
piece.
want to
You said you're
place,
gonna put me in
Vontae.
my
So
place.
stay in your place.
You said you're gonna put me in my place.
Vontae, let her
Just
speak.
You said
say.
you're gonna put me in my place.
Let her speak. Go
I'm
ahead,
just
Olympia.
saying.
Go ahead, Olympia.
I'm just saying. You know, you guys entrusted a quarterback who obviously he let you guys down. This is the bottom line. And he's a crybaby as well. And what's the guy, Jerry who? Jerry what? Anyway, so long story short, you guys have the name America's Team because that's what everybody's used to calling you. And I also believe that everybody in Mississippi, they go towards the Dallas Cowboys because that's a fad. It's not necessarily what they know. Because if you ask the majority of individuals who know any statistics specifically about the Dallas Cowboys, they don't know. All they know is what everybody else is saying. So, to be honest with you, if you're gonna tag on and actually say that Dallas is America's team, at least give something behind it instead of saying, "Oh, that's what everybody calls us," because that's not probably a good idea for you.
Damn, Olympia, just
You
talking
talking crazy.
Vontae, you got a rebuttal to that? And then we're going to kick it to Mr. Lavon Lane. He's been real quiet up there.
Nah, I ain't got nothing to say. She got it.
Mr. Lavon Lane. What's up? What's up, Loke, man? You've been real quiet this whole show. We're about 15 minutes in.
Man, this has been good already. And this is the one.
You know how it is when we get Olympia on the show. It's all holds bar, bro. How you feeling, brother?
Exactly. Oh,
It's
man,
all
feeling
love.
great.
It's all love.
Feeling great. What's y'all division? NFC what? South? East?
Who, the Eagles?
Olympia? Yeah,
the Eagles.
Olympia.
The Commanders and the Cowboys are East, yeah. NFC East.
East, yeah. So we starting off as an NFC North podcast, and we got beef with the NFC East podcast.
Oh, we do.
I mean, section of.
We do.
I love it.
The NFC East
I love
is
it.
motherfuckers, bro.
Hey, you're right. And each team got a lot to prove, like we got a lot to prove, My thing is,
we all play each other.
Exactly. And we play the Cowboys. We're gonna whoop up on Detroit. Green Bay, we gonna play at home at Green Bay.
I knew he was gonna say that shit. I knew you were gonna say that shit, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Look, Corey.
I knew you were gonna say that shit, bro. God damn.
Hold on,
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Corey, Steve on the camera next time, so we can block him out, bro. Like, come on, bro.
What's going on?
I'm sorry, Lo. I'm sorry, Lo. I'm allergic to bullshit.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I got medicine for you. You know, get you healed right. Go ahead.
We gonna see.
All right, so Mr. Lavon Lane, let's be real here, dude. Like, as far as the Chicago Bears and their standings in the NFC North, we obviously have our division has a lot of the hardest schedules in this upcoming season. I think Lions and you guys are tied for third, and we're at 6, and the Vikings are at like 7 or some shit like that. I think that there's a lot of shit talk. Everybody's coming off this last season. You know, we had 3 playoff teams, you know, out of our division, which is kind of unparalleled. Now, Mr. Lavon Lane, I'm gonna be real with you right here.
Yep.
My Packers didn't do good in the division last year. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna upfront. I'm gonna own that shit. But one thing I think that we're gonna do better this year. I hate this motherfucker. I hate this motherfucker.
Hey, Aaron, you know you're my boy. You know that, man. Come on.
Your ass. But anyways, we'll talk to Mr. Lavon Lane. Like, what do the Chicago Bears need to do in order to fucking finally retain their spot at the top of the division, the NFC North?
Well, I think one of our missing pieces is we didn't have adequate and proficient coaching. Our coaching was horrific, as you already know. So what I say is, hey, we had to go and get some. We already had in mind that we got to go and get some great coaching. And like I said in a previous episode that I just posted, it was about the coaching, and I'm talking about individually good coaching. And so Green Bay got good coaching. I'm gonna give it to y'all, even though you question the head coaching at times.
I still do.
Even the defensive coordinator, you question that.
I did, but honestly, Halfley's good. I trust him. I do. The issue is going to come into Jair, but we'll get into that later in the show. I don't want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Exactly. And Corey, you know, you don't question your head coach, but the question is your coordinators, right?
Yeah.
All right, now break it down.
No, go ahead, Lo.
No, I'm saying let's break it down. We have no idea how the Chicago Bears head coach is going to collab together and produce a great product on the field. We don't know. And so everybody got question marks.
Oh, yeah.
Even as fans, we got question marks. Now we know the pieces that's put in place as far as the teams individually. Even with your team, Corey, you know you got a great team. But the coaches, how are they going to design plays to get these people in the best position? Even with Green Bay, you got for real now. Imorie, you question your head coaching for his play calling at one point.
I did, and I still do.
Lavon, you coming to watch the game?
Yep. All right, here I come.
Yeah, they everybody here.
All right, bet. So.
Hey,
so that's all I gotta say. At the end of the day, it's about coaching, and so that's what I want to see because I think all of us holistically, even the Minnesota Vikings, have pieces and places ready to rumble. How are these coaches up?
You know, Mr. Lavon Lane, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I think that the number one obstacle with the Chicago Bears right now is you guys are talking way too much shit without proving yourselves. You know,
we ain't talking that. We ain't talking that.
You're not talking shit?
No.
Really?
No, we ain't talking that.
So you're telling me right now that Matt LaFleur's name was on your head coach's mouth? You telling me that
when he first got hired, he said he loved playing, and that was with Detroit. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he leading this group now. So we don't playing Matt LaFleur. Hey, look, we beat him. We the only team that beat him this year. So hey, I'm loving that. FGB.
Fuck you too. Fuck you too. So let's be real here, guys. Let's bring the shit back to the strip, okay? Look, at this point, we're coming up. Preseason is what? Like 30 days, 35 days? First preseason game? And I'll let you guys go. You guys go. We'll cut out the show. It's going to be a short show anyway. But let's be real here. You guys really think that all of our teams are going to be playoff teams? Because I can kind of potentially see it. Except for the Cowboys.
My high ceiling is wild card. That's my high ceiling for the Bears. Wild card.
I think we'll make the
Yep,
playoffs.
10-7.
Especially if we have a good coaching in the follow too. Mr. Papa, you over there smirking and shit. You licking your lips. What you thinking?
I'm on the way.
No, I think we're going to repeat as the NFC champs again. And look here. I'm going for that goddamn Super Bowl. I'm gunning for that goddamn Super Bowl. That's what I want.
You're not getting it, man. You're not getting it, bro.
That's what I'm going for. Well, I tell you what, if we don't get it,
and you're not gonna,
Lord be the I know goddamn well the Green Bay Packers ain't gonna stop us. Because our first home is against Green Bay.
Oh my gosh.
Papa,
yeah.
Let me put some shit in perspective. Let me put some shit in perspective for you, bro.
Talk to me.
Every fucking season is a new goddamn regime, bro. Let's be real here. You guys are finally at a point where you're feeling like you guys are getting wins. But let's be real here. You guys have choked every opportunity you had. One and done last year. Terrible loss in the NFC Championship the year before. Like, what are you going to do? You guys have a whole new coaching staff, new OC, new DC. You know, your mastermind OC is gone. Jared Goff throwing 5 picks in a game. Like, come on, bro. Like, let's be real here. Are you seriously going to wield that crown, winning the division the past 2 years without any reputable playoff wins to make that shit validated? Or are we just sitting here and we're talking shit? What's going on?
Well, to be back-to-back champs, that's not bullshit. It's hard to do that. But, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, that's fine.
Back-to-back champs, so you got 2 Super Bowls, but...
Okay. But you could eat this bullshit.
Oh,
back-to-back champ last year.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
My plan is what I want. I'm not the coach. I'm not out there. I want us to make sure we handle business. Now, Dan Campbell is a head coach. He's improved every season. He's been a coach. Now, the thing about it, like I said, we got a hard schedule. But it's not an excuse that I'm using. But I think he's that man, that coach. Like I said, the players would die for. So I said, it's Super Bowl. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. You're not gonna make me say anything different.
I think the Cowboys have a better odds of winning the Super Bowl than the Detroit Lions, but I'm not.
You didn't get to the Super Bowl last year.
Hold on.
Dude, come on, man.
And this is something I was gonna say. I finally got my gift from Mr. Corey Thompson. You guys see this?
What is that?
It is a custom Packers computer pad. I finally got my shit from Papa. Took 82 years, but I got it. Nah, for real, Papa.
Oh, that shit in the back.
You're not gonna give you what I should have gave you, but
I'll be wearing the bib right now, bro. Like I'm a man of my word, bro.
I didn't want you crying, so
I wouldn't have cried.
Nah, but for real, Clay. And it ain't even me like trying to talk shit, bro. It's just realistically, bro. If y'all didn't get to the Super Bowl last year, man,
it's not happening.
It's not happening this next year, dude.
It's not happening. No.
The energy that y'all had done switched up with all the coaching changes y'all got. Y'all might not have lost a whole lot of players, but 2 of them, plus all the coaches, that energy, niggas ain't even really talking about the Lions the same.
They're not. Who's talking about the Lions? Who's
No
talking
disrespect.
about the Lions?
No disrespect. I'm just no disrespect.
We the only one talking about it.
Sometimes you gotta do stuff inside. I mean, that's just like how Lavon keep talking about the Bears. I mean, he talking about the Bears. That's his team, right, Lo? That's your team. You keep talking about it, right? So I mean, I'm gonna talk about my team, of course.
Okay, guys. So since we're
technically I was there.
Okay, I guess we're here. Since we're talking about potential Super Bowl winners, let's be real here. Who is you guys' unofficial sleeper pick for this upcoming NFL season? Because I have one team that's made a couple of offseason moves and picked up a couple of good corners. Obviously they had a reputable team, but I think that the Baltimore Ravens, in tandem with the Washington Commanders, the 2 of the teams that you guys have to watch out for. The Baltimore Ravens have consistently made it to the playoffs. Damn near consistently made it to the AFC Championship year by year. We have all these things. They just picked up Jair Alexander. If he happens to be reputable and stays healthy throughout the season, there's so many things that he can do in that secondary, especially as far as open up coverage, especially as a defensive player, because the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals arguably don't have as strong a defense as they need to in order to be Super Bowl contenders. Now, my pick My pick, my number one team to watch out for last season. What the fuck was that? That was crazy. Last season, it was the Washington Commanders. I think this year, it's the Baltimore Ravens. Anybody else got a take?
I'll take it. Can I?
Oh.
Go for it, Olympia. Go for it.
No, I said go ahead.
I'm still gonna remain with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh shit! Here we go.
I'm sorry. You know, I got to be honest. And matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all my top 5.
Okay.
Philadelphia Eagles, Detroit Lions, 49ers,
What?
Chicago Bears, Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, get the fuck
I got my
out.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
No.
Hey, that's my girl right there.
Absolutely not. No way.
No way Baltimore Ravens are. I have to be honest with you. I'm not looking at the Baltimore Ravens. There's nothing about them that makes me think. Now, I'll be honest with you. I got my reasons for the Philadelphia Eagles. They loaded on offense, right? Upgraded their defense. So, again, if you want to know why they matter because the division runs through them until proven otherwise. Has it ever been proven otherwise? Not yet.
You know,
So,
That's straight,
we're-
thanks.
go ahead. Sorry, I'll go to you.
Unfortunately.
Detroit Lions, of course. I mean, I still say that because of, is it Jared Goff?
Some of their quarterbacks with 35 picks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anybody's top 5 picks cannot be trusted.
And they're trying to fix their
In
weak
one
spots.
game?
They're trying to fix their weak spots. Am I right, Corey?
You're right. You know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
So full shit.
At least that's what I saw. I'm like, okay, they're trying to fix where they're weak. The 49ers, they have a consistent NFC powerhouse. Need I say more? I'm not going to go into that. The Chicago Bears.
Almost finished. Go ahead.
Caleb Williams.
Let's get it.
I'm sorry, it's okay. Caleb Williams, a wide receiver, Rome. What's his last name? Odunze. Odunze. There you go. Him. So why they matter? They have a rising star team, and they could fight for the wild card spot with Washington. Right? Talk to me, Lavon. What you think?
Your picks was on point. Except for, I'm going to say with the 49ers, only because I think they lost a lot of players. Now, they still can't compete, don't get me wrong. I think they shifting that whole roster right now, kind of on the rebuilding thing, since they signed Brock Purdy to their contract. But real talk, them Bears, that's your team, no doubt. All y'all need was a coach. So it's going to determine, like, with Ben Johnson, if his mindset, as far as like a head coach, we know he's an awesome coordinator, no doubt.
Right.
He, that coach, y'all there to click. Real talk. Y'all there to click. Because y'all got the players.
Bonte, I want to tell you something. I'm going to tell you why I still think the Dallas Cowboys can be dangerous. Tell you this. You got Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. If they get together and do what they're supposed to do. Huh? I said CD.
Yeah,
you know, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, to be honest, I feel like that they can be explosive together. You know, if they really work together, I feel like they can be totally explosive and they can command. So to me, the defense, I believe it's Micah. Am I right? Micah Parsons?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, in my opinion, the reason they matter is because the division rivalry must beat them to win the NFC East. So, again, I mean, I have honorable mentions. Green Bay Packers, the Falcons, and the Seahawks.
Oh, my God.
All right.
I love y'all.
Oh my God! I didn't even mention in the same paragraph as the fucking Falcons.
I don't know.
You notice I didn't say nothing about the Aints. You notice I ain't say nothing about it.
Since you mentioned them,
that nigga not even here.
First off, I had talked to Axel. I called him right before you hopped in. I was like, "Oh, Olympia's here. Where are you?" He's like, hey, bro, I'm booed up, but I can't make it. I'm like, oh, so it seems like you're running from your absolute demon right here. Because if I remember correctly, like we have so many clips on the Spike Podcast Instagram where y'all two are going at it, and it actually kind of got your ass. And I think if I'm not mistaken, the last time you guys talked shit, you whooped their ass. And and then we whooped their ass the week after it. So it was a beautiful thing. But also shout out to Axel. Can we get a fuck you to Axel?
And then we whoop your ass.
That's right. And then we whipped your ass. And then I whipped your ass. And then I whipped your ass. So we were just not ass whipping in this motherfucker.
I'm telling you, guess what? You gonna get your ass whooped twice.
Get on.
Excuse me? Well, we playing Sudoku or football? Because like you tripping, nigga. Like what? The Bears are not beating the Lions twice. I'm telling you right now, it's not, dude. Even
you don't think so?
Absolutely not, dude. I think that Ben Johnson is kind of giving you guys a certain level of appeal because he, as a head coach, is obviously his first position. I think that especially with the death of your owner, the McCaskey, I think that especially with you guys absolutely using the money to pull players to your organization. At this point, you guys have made all the decisions that people used to criticize you guys for previously. Let's be real here, dude. I remember when the Packers in the Jay Cutler days, I remember we played you guys in the playoffs. You guys almost got there, And like, let's be real here, though. Ben Johnson is a rookie coach, guys. Let's be real. He's a great coordinator. He's a rookie coach. He has to establish a certain dichotomy and a certain level of flexibility between his players as far as his confidence is concerned. Now, let's be real here. I personally feel like as far as coaching strength, as far as staff and personnel, with the Lions losing all of their reputable coaches and the Bears seemingly taking them, minus Aaron Glenn going to the Jets, you guys are kind of neck and neck as far as coaching is concerned. And to be fair, I'm not saying that as a shot to either of you. I think that for the first time, our whole division might be equilateral in coaching. And I think that that's ultimately going to decide how the NFC North performs in this upcoming season. Now, let's be real here. There's a lot of off-season trades, a lot of draft pickups. We all got new receivers. This draft was actually a tactical decision by a lot of the GMs that came. They actually went for the players they needed instead of the players that had a certain level of reputable, following behind them. I mean, I think that the fact that Shedeur dropped to 5 because other teams decided that their other needs are more important is an absolute testament. Because if we're going to talk about it like looking at it from the outside and analytical perspective, we all thought Shedeur Sanders was going in the top 10 picks. Let's be real. And the second he didn't, we knew exactly what this draft was. Because I'm not going to lie, as far as teams, the Giants had a great draft too. I mean, they have a fucking revolving door of quarterbacks. Half of them look like a goddamn fucking candy cane, but the other half are cool, funny motherfuckers. But at the end of the day, it's all going to really come down to how effective they are under the the head coach's offensive scheme and defensive scheme, as well as special teams. Because if there's anything I think that's coming, especially with the NFL making all these, unequivocal, random judgment calls about, new rule changes and adjustments and shit. Special teams is going to be very, very fucking important going into the 2025-26 season. Does anybody disagree with me?
Agreed.
Nope.
Agreed.
And I think that honestly, the number one downfall of the Green Bay Packers, because I haven't made my season review from last season yet. I'm going to do it probably not today or tomorrow, but sometime in the next couple of days, dude. I think that our absolute downfall was the lack of confidence and thinking that we were going to beat certain opponents. I think we took a lot of our opponents for granted. Corey, shut the fuck up. You're laughing. Damn, I can't stand you. Can't stand you. But I think that honestly, the Green Bay Packers, we took a lot of teams for granted. And I think that our coach, Matt LaFleur, and Lavon, you touched on this earlier when you were talking about my doubting in the head coach. I think that with the Green Bay Packers, especially with the fact that we have a lot of competition, we got Christian Watson with the torn ACL. That was arguably our deep threat. But to be real with you, in my personal opinion, I didn't see any huge groundbreaking plays from him in the past season. Maybe he made a couple of touchdowns, but he was not an impact player. And I think that really, arguably on paper, all of our receivers this season were mid as fuck. I think we were number 6 in the league for drops, and I can't really testify as to whether that's the Jordan Love's quarterback passing. I can't testify to the passes. I'm not a football player. I'm not a professional, but I think that there's so many things that a lot of teams are going to adapt moving into their offensive schemes and defensive schemes this season. And I think that real talk, the pride that college football has is probably going to start coming back to NFL in the next 5 years, simply because a lot of the teams are so young and they're drafting a lot of young talent into pivotal positions to change the mindset of the team. Now, one of the teams that I think hasn't drafted any talent.
I got a question.
Go ahead. Oh, we can't hear him.
Hold on.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Go ahead.
Imorie, who are your top 5?
Top 5 what?
Like Olympia gave her 5. Who your 5 that'll make the playoffs?
That'll make the playoffs. I'm gonna be real here. My picks are gonna be controversial. I'll go 5. Are we talking NFC, AFC? What's the parameters here?
What Olympia's? What she say? She's stuck with the NFC.
Did you go NFC Olympia? Do you remember?
I did.
You did. So
Yes.
top 5 NFC teams making the playoffs: Eagles, Packers. Honestly, Eagles, Packers, probably Bucks.
You don't even believe that, bro. You didn't even say that
Eagles,
with a lot
Packers,
of like
Bucks.
belief in your team.
Yeah,
nigga,
because I
for
have
real.
something that you don't have. It's called intellect and absolute accountability. I'm not going to say any team that's not. I'm not running off of ego. I'm running off of exactly. And I'm only putting my team in there. I'm not saying we're going to be one of the dominant teams. I just think that our baseline is a wild card spot. I think that's fairly reputable. The Green Bay Packers usually make the wild card. I mean, and this is a bit of a different thing. So my 3 teams: Eagles, Packers, Bucks. Arguably the Seahawks if Darnold gets going. And I think that that's very, very unlikely with the new regime change. And then my number 5 is obviously going to be NFC. Obviously going to be Detroit Lions. Fucking hate it. God damn it. I hated saying that shit.
Oh, you struggle with that one.
Because I didn't want to admit it. I didn't want to admit it. I didn't want to fucking say it. I didn't.
Hey,
I was so
understand.
celebrated for any other team. And I'm like, fuck.
I appreciate it, brother. Hey, I appreciate you. This one for you, baby.
No, Corey, I'm going to be real with you. It's not because of your coaching. I'm going to be real with you. I don't think so. I think that the reason why you guys are going to have the potential to be a playoff team is because you guys have 2 great running backs in Montgomery and fucking Montgomery and what's his, your boy. Montgomery and
Well, you know who it is.
Gibbs.
You know his name.
Gibbs, Bibbs, whatever. But I think that you guys got a lot of things now. I think that you guys are arguably riding a lot of the hype from your previous, reputable wins in the past couple seasons. But I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I think that your regime changes as far as coordinators is going to take a toll. And I'm not sure if that's going to be, you guys can't run the same plays from last season because everybody's read your playbook, everybody's seen you guys play. Do you think that your new offensive coordinator is going to have the same level of juice that Ben Johnson had as far as inspiring new plays? The fake fumble pass, do you think your new OC can come up with something as ingenious as that? Because I don't see it happening, brother, even if he's trained by Ben Johnson as an understudy.
Nope.
Well,
Go ahead, Corey. My bad.
probably not. I mean, you got like I said, new coordinator. So I know the main thing he said is he gonna do whatever Dan Campbell want. If Dan Campbell want to run it down, he gonna run every down. If he want to pass every down, he gonna pass every down. If he want to try trick plays, he'll come up with trick plays. So I just have to see how he gonna do. So hopefully in preseason I can see what he come up with. But no, you can't pick that brain of Ben Johnson. That's one of the. I mean. He's on man on that.
And
what I'm saying?
One thing I will say about Ben Johnson and Lavon, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to hype you up with your head coach. I think that motherfucker literally hasn't shown his full hand yet, bro. He hasn't. This guy is an ingenuitive thinker. He's able to cue up things. Now, my issue with him being the head coach of the Chicago Bears is Caleb Williams is not as good of a passer as Dak Prescott, not Dak Prescott, as Jared Goff, even if he throws fucking 5 picks in a game. I'm sorry. We saw you guys had offensive struggles. You guys tried to do the thing. Your line has to improve in order to give him time to pass the ball. But one deciding factor that we know about Caleb Williams is he tends to hold on to the ball too long. Now, Lavon, I'll kick it to you. What do you think that Ben Johnson's new scheme is going to do in order to get you guys firing on all cylinders and to allow Caleb Williams to not overthink his decisions? Because if he snaps back from the ball and his first check down ain't there and his second check down's not there, typically you guys take a loss. What do you think he's going to do to fucking fire up that decision making?
That's correct. But your statements are from the previous regime. Okay. Not from this regime. And that's why we did what we did in the draft. And remember, we got what's his name? Loveland, the tight end, and 10th pick. Okay. Well, we're gonna try to. Yeah, we're gonna run 12-man personnel. That's why we got so many running backs in, because just like Corey, they ran the ball. Now you're right when you said Goff was better than Caleb. Now remember, this Caleb going to his second year, and plus he didn't have any type of. I say he didn't have mental. Any type of coaching. No, he had the mental. He didn't have the coaching to help direct him and guide him.
Somebody to pick him up. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, so if Ben Johnson is this, like they call what they always say, this guru and quarterback guru, he will put him in a great position to allow him to, develop. And that's what we'll be trying to get with Caleb. So this is almost like year one with Caleb, just like J.J. McCarthy in Minnesota. So I think we got a head start, but no, he's not like golf. I think he has better talent than golf. But far as executing a play to his fullest and being on time with his throws, golf got him there.
Yeah.
But I think as Ben Johnson see how this personnel work together, I think they'll develop and come to something real great. And the one thing is they love beating. He loved beating Matt
I
LaFleur.
knew you were going to say that shit. You know what's going to be really funny?
Oh, yeah.
You know what's going to be really fucking funny, Miss Lavon Lane? What if he doesn't beat Matt LaFleur? Because literally, I don't give a fuck if I got to pay $800, not $1,200, $1,500. I'm going to go see the Bears and the Packers play the second season. I'm going. With or without you guys. You guys are more than welcome to tagline. I'm going. If I got to go Lambeau or I got to go Chicago, I will be going.
That's just like asking Corey, what if he ain't going to be king of the North?
I'm sorry. What is the king of the North? What is the king of the North when you don't have a ring?
Well, he won a division.
What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
Well, that's the beginning stage. Yeah, that's the beginning stage.
They literally been in the beginning stage for 70 years.
Imorie, motherfucker. In the division last year, y'all won one game. And really, y'all lost that motherfucker.
We won it, though. You trying to take it away. It's okay. You better.
We won it, but we lost it.
No, you lost it. You lost it. I said it on the show. You lost it.
We went undefeated, and y'all didn't win a game. Fuck that. I'm going to say it. Shit. I'm going to say it. Now, like I said, we got the first game, Detroit versus Green Bay. Our home game for us.
Yeah, we got to do something for that. We got to do something for that. If I got to come to Jackson, I'll come because that's going to be lit. I'll totally come to Jackson for that for sure. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Hey, hold on, doctor. I got something to say. I got something to get off my chest.
Oh, here he go.
You know who got the oldest NFC team right now? The oldest NFC team.
The Saints?
Nope. Olympia team. The Washington.
Really?
I want my revenge, yes.
So
you say you want the revenge?
Oh, Olympia, take it away. Revenge. Take it away.
Hey, I want my revenge. Ain't no Hail Mary going on now. We ain't doing no Hail Mary. We ain't playing in the crowd.
If I could, I want to say this to you. I cannot wait to play you. Because although I heard everybody's top 5, what I love is that you guys didn't mention us. That's why we're the silent killer. So you guys just get ready. And it's okay, Lavon. It's all right. I know you were embarrassed with the Hail Mary. I get it. And I get it that, even I mentioned some of the teams, I gave you guys your props. And you still failed to give me mine. So at the end of the day, I just want y'all to know. I didn't hear you.
I haven't get.
Say it again. I didn't hear you.
So I haven't gave my top 5 yet.
No, okay. Well, I'll be waiting. But I just want you to know, especially you guys that didn't mention my team. I want to make sure you guys know why we are the silent killers. Do you guys know why? Do you have any idea? And you guys know that I love Jaden Daniels to death, but I'm going to tell you why he's a silent killer. Because he has quiet confidence, elite composure, and an explosive ability.
And experience.
Yes.
Right.
He don't talk much, but he makes the defenses pay every time. Yeah. When you said inexperience, I thought you said he has experience.
Let me tell you something, Olympia.
That's why he's a rookie. But to think about it, that's why he's who he is.
Let me go with you.
That's why he's who he is.
You and me don't beef a lot on this show, but I'm about to put your ass on. I'm about to put your ass on game right now. Because there's one facet you're forgetting to understand. There's a lot of rookies who have come into the league in the last 5-7 years and have made a positive impact in their rookie year. Sure. Let me ask you this question.
First year, yep.
How many of them were reputable in their second?
Well, that remains. What you're asking is that remains to be seen.
A whole lot of people elevated.
Ass.
That remains to be seen.
Basic.
This young man, as good as he played last year, he's gonna have to play like 4 times better than that this year.
And the thing is,
so many people elevated.
Dude, let's be real here.
You gotta think about it.
I'm not even down talking of. I'm not either. That he's on your team because I fuck with him. Yeah, he's a good ass player. I fuck with him. Mm-hmm. But elevating that much in one season, the way all these other veterans moving around, getting with championship caliber teams now. Come on, man. It's going to be a whole different season. It's going to be also, way harder than last year.
But you got to think about what he's got behind him now.
You know, he has
I wish him the best. I want everybody to be healthy and the best they can be. So,
Let me say this, Olympia. You know why Jane Daniels is not going to be successful in the second year? It's the same reason why every rookie comes in and does great his first year, and the second year he has struggles. It's because every team has tape on him now. Everybody knows what his tendencies are. And as far as the coaching is concerned, they're going to have to train him. You can roll your eyes all you want to. You can go get your little slippers too. But I mean, like, let's be real here. Let's be real here. I gotta get you. Let's be real here, though. Every team in this league, especially with if we're gonna look at it, we have a lot of young quarterbacks in a lot of teams right now. Every team is trying to grab that franchise player. Like, let's say this, and honestly, if we're gonna take it even further, Shedeur Sanders, the Cleveland Browns, a lot of people are writing them off because those organizations trash. But the second they get a playoff spot, oh, shit's changing. Now let's be real here. As a rookie, nobody knows what to expect from you. And Jordan Love's first rookie year was ass the first half. But the second half, he finally locked into a certain sort of rhythm and got chemistry with his receivers. Now, I think that one thing that a lot of teams did right in the draft this upcoming season is they pick quality players that are going to impact the overall morale of their team. When they're down 21, you need a guy who's on defense who's like, fuck that, we're going to win this game, I'm going to get a pick. And then you have that paradigm shift that comes into that. And that's something that can come with coaching. Like, Ben Johnson's a rookie coach. And we're not even talking about the hell. Dan Campbell has a bunch of OCs. So, and in the state of the Detroit Lions, a lot of the players who are veterans on that team might not have confidence in the coordinators. They might come to Dan and be like, hey, I'm not really feeling this read right here. I feel like I need to do, some other shit. I feel like a receiver, I need to be in the slot. I need to do this. And it's like he has to have that certain level of discernibility to be like, hey, shut the fuck up. We have to do this a different way. And, I loved, believe me wrong, and I told you guys, I picked the Washington Commanders to be the team to watch out for at the beginning of this show. And that's on record. Yeah. But also, if there's anything I know about Dan Campbell as a head coach, is the second he gets success, is unfortunately when he comes to be a subliminal to complacency. Now, did you guys have any coaching shifts as far as the coaching staff is concerned this season? No, you didn't. You kept everybody, correct?
Right. But if I may say,
go ahead.
I think I may say, Joe Witt, who came from Dallas, right? I expect, I'm just going to say this. This is my expectation, okay? Fresh energy, we're proven winners, okay? I'm sorry. This is more takeaways, pressure on the defense.
One good season.
Playoff is crazy.
Experience. Come on, guys, that's real. You know what I mean?
It's not real. No, I'm sorry.
I'm telling y'all, we are the silent killers. We are the silent fucking killers.
You gotta play like y'all play for the next 10 years. Then y'all gonna be pretty winners.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Olympia,
you won't see us coming. You won't see us coming, but you'll know after we arrive.
Where y'all get that name, Olympia? The silent killer.
Self-bestowed name.
I know you guys don't follow the Washington Commanders the way that I do. The reason why we're now called the Silent Killers is because of the draft and everyone we now have on the team and what's going to be coming forth. when Dan Quinn, I believe he interviewed recently, and he said basically his quote unquote line was, "You won't see us coming, but you'll know when we arrive. Don't sleep on Washington, because if you do, you're already behind." So at the end of the day, I can appreciate him being who he is and having the team he has. And I mean, I love when people underestimate, because I like being, the underdog, because when we come through, it's over with.
It's over.
Get ready. It's over with. No, not over with. It's over with. Understand? It's over with.
I say with.
That is Benito. I'm excited. Honestly, I'm excited for all the teams to really, and I'm excited for even Jaden Daniels as his second year. Do I think he has to come with it? Absolutely. I think, being a rookie and going into your second year, I really think you got to come with it. But I really think he has the intestinal fortitude, and he's got the grit and the grind and come do it. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. Even if he lets me down, I still think that he can still come back from it.
She's pre-coping right now. She's literally pre-coping.
He might, so just in case. Just in case. No, I feel you.
I'm going to keep my same energy.
I fuck with Jaden Daniels. I don't like that he's on your team, but
I like him.
He is. I can't give him too much credit, but to every point, it is on paper. It is on paper how much more difficult that next season is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
it is.
All right, guys.
But I'm here for it.
If he was gonna ball out, y'all should have won the title then.
You should have. All right, guys. So we're coming up on 51 minutes. I want to give everybody one last chance. I want you to talk your shit about your team, and I want everybody to go through and pick their number one target for this upcoming season. We're gonna go Mr. Corey Thompson, then Lavon Lane, then Miss Olympia Smith, Bonte Crowder, and finish out with me. Mr. Corey Thompson, who do you think is your number one team to beat this season, and what do you expect for the Detroit Lions to prove that's against the grain of what everybody expects from your team this season?
Oh, let's see. The number one team to beat Olympia. I got to get paid back. So we play y'all this year. So it got to be Washington. We got to get a payback. But the number one goal is for sure. I hope the injury bug has left the goddamn Detroit Lions.
I don't think that shit's going anywhere. I don't think it's going anywhere. That's a motherfucker. It's not going anywhere.
But
man, whole team hurt.
Yeah, like we swept the Bears. But anyway, like I said, just as long as we can stay healthy and win the division. And of course, I'm going for the Super Bowl. That's the goal. That's the ultimate goal. We there. So that's the ultimate goal.
Oh yeah. All right, Mr. Lavon Lane. What's up with the Chicago Bears? Who's your number one team to beat? What do you want to see from your team that's going to go against the trendsetters and what everybody expects of your team this upcoming season?
Number one team, I'm going for Detroit on multiple reasons. No, you are rivals. You our beat your ass anyway. I'm going past
you. Let the record show.
Anyway. Hey, let the record show it, because you could have been 0-2 last year, but that's a whole other story.
We weren't.
You know what I'm saying? That's all right. 1-1 ain't the same difference, but anyway. Corey, we coming for Corey. Let me tell you why. On multiple reasons. Number one, he is who he say he is. Like Coach Green say. He is number one in our division, according to the paper. Right? So that's who I'm going for. I'm going for who's number one. I want to chop that Goliath down since he bragging with a crown on his head. Let me chop him down.
All right, David. Let's go, bro.
Exactly. And so Corey, I'm going for Detroit as number one. Number two,
right? Who do you want to see? What do you want to see from your team to improve? That's your second topic. What do you want to see?
What I want to see from my team is the offensive line gelling, and because we got this new offensive line rebuild, whatever you want to call it, I want to see how they gel together with all these cats from Kansas City. We got one from Atlanta. All these cats coming together. I want to see how they gel together with the scheme of Corey's old offensive coordinator.
Okay. Yeah, good
That's
take.
all of it.
Good take, Mr. Vaughn. Miss Olympia Smith, I know you've been riding high and you're watching the Commanders, you're watching the Redskins, your little pimp slippers. Who is your number one team to beat this season, to set the record straight, and what do you expect from your Washington Commanders to upset what all the people expect from you this season?
So, if the Commanders want respect, they gotta beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
Fair.
And of course, we beat them once, but they came back and basically embarrassed us. I'll be honest about it. With the 55-23 win, making them the NFC champions. So, in my opinion, I really feel like we'll gain the respect, and it'll also prove that Jaden Daniels is the man. So that is my opinion, about who we need to beat. As mentioned, all of the new players that are on the team, I do believe, working together. As Lavon mentioned, with everybody new, you got to gel together and work together. I do believe people like, and I forgot to mention, I believe it's Matt Gay. Yeah. Is that his name?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think he's also one of the individuals that will aid in making sure the Commanders get to where they need to be. With Debo, Tunzel, all these guys, I just believe that with this new roster and working with Jaden Daniels, I believe they're going to gel well together. I believe they're going to come out hot.
Okay. Oh, yeah, great take, Ms. Smith. Great take. Thank you for coming on the show. But Devontae Crowder, you've been the source of a lot of disdain. I know you have passionate beliefs. What do you expect from the Cowboys? Who's your number one team to beat this year? What the fuck is going on with the Dallas Cowboys? What's up?
The only two things I'm worried about are the two teams in my division, which is hers and the Eagles.
Okay.
We got to beat them. We got to win as many of them games as we can this year, just in case those games count. It's the end of the season, so we need those. And right now, I'm number 3, man. I'm number 3 in the division. I don't like that number. I want to be back.
Terrible number. Yeah.
Up in the number 2, number 1. You know what I'm saying? So those are the teams that I'm really focused on this year. All the people outside our division. I'm not really worried about too many of them teams on our schedule, man.
So what's the
thing? I think it's going to be a lot of good games.
What's the thing you want to see from the Cowboys that you don't think is going to come? What does everybody need to see from you guys to recognize you?
I don't think nothing that I want to see is not going to stand. I think it's all going to happen. But
fair.
What I need to see, what I want to see is, first off, defense needs to be a little bit more consistent. Mm-hmm. We had a couple good years. The last year or two has been like on and off. We have a good game, have a bad game. We don't need that. It needs to go back to being dominant. I want to see that. But more importantly, I want to see us go back to having a dominant run game, because that's when the Cowboys was top offense in the league, running through shit, when we was able to do that. But right now, running game is extremely simple.
Oh, yeah.
So we see the niggas that they put in play. I want to see him step up, because that'll open up them 2 good-ass receivers we got now. It don't matter if everybody know we're going to go to them constantly, then niggas going to shut that down. So, defense, better running game, only really focused on the Eagles and the Commanders.
Oh, yeah.
That's my answer.
Great take, guys. So first off, before I get my final take, I want to say thank you to Mr. Corey Thompson of the Detroit Lions, Mr. Lavon Lane, the Chicago Bears, Mr. Olympia Smith, always welcome special guests of the Washington Commanders, Mr. Devontae Crowder representing Dallas Cowboys. And I'm going to wrap the show up, guys. So first off, I think that a lot of our teams have a lot of things to prove. I think that, honestly, depending on how the coaching leagues, the decisions that come on with the changes of coaching is going to take a huge, considerable aspect as far as play calling is concerned. Now, as far as the Green Bay Packers, I think the one team we need to fucking shit on is the Detroit Lions. I think they're our number one target. Obviously, fuck you, Pawpaw.
Thank you.
Fuck you, Pawpaw. Because the Chicago Bears, we're going to wax their ass. I'm not worried about that. Last year, we had a little lax of coverage. We've got a lot of new weapons. But as far as what I need to see from my team,
from her.
Excuse me, I'm speaking. So what I need to see from my team to feel validated is I need to know who is going to step up to do this. Now, we have a lot of new receivers. I'm hoping that everything goes through. But, at the end of the day, the number one thing I want to see from the Green Bay Packers is confidence in their coaching play calls. I think that Matt LaFleur was way too conservative in the past season. And I think that there was a lot of plays that could have been done. I think Jordan Love was coming off an injury. There's a bunch of things to go there. But, at the end of the day, we all just got to play good backyard football, and we got to literally not let the coaching rules come into play of us all getting good wins. And I think that, all of our teams are in unique circumstances to kind of, upset our regime, kind of break the cycle, pass the generational curses. I think at the end of the day, it's all just going to come down to whoever the fuck wants it the most. And that's the beauty of football. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for coming to the show. My name is Lex Callahan. Shout out to Mr. Corey Thompson of the Detroit Lions, Mr. Lavon Lane, Chicago Bears, Miss lovely Olympia Smith of the Washington Commanders, and my boy, Mr. Vontae Crowder of the Dallas Cowboys. My name is Lex. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you. Fuck the Lions.
Yes, sir.